Check this out. Even the best of the best of the best in the world strike out most of the time. So if you think you got to get everything perfect and you have to have everything dialed in all the time, watch this because I'm going to shift the way you think about success and failure. Hey guys, what's up? Yuri Elkaim here, CEO and founder of Healthpreneur. We help health professionals get clients and scale their businesses online. And one of the things I talk about in Mind Floss, you can grab it on Amazon, is the fact that even the most successful athletes, business owners, etc., strike out most of the time. A great example of this is Ty Cobb, who has the winningest or the highest batting average of all time, .366. Okay. What that means is that he hits the ball less than 4 times at his at-bats. So 4 out of 10 times, sorry. So basically what I'm saying is that when he goes to the bat 10 times, 6 times out of those 10, he doesn't even hit the ball. Not a single, not like nothing. He strikes out. So the most successful baseball player, according to batting average of all time, is hitting the ball, not a home run, just hitting the ball less than 40% of the time. Just think about that for a second. Here's another thing to think about. Roger Federer, Rafa Nadal, and Novak Djokovic, the 3 best players in tennis ever. Combined, they have 60 Grand Slams between the 3 of them as of this recording. They lose 45% on average of the points they play in a match over their career. So we have in tennis, there's a lot of disparity. Like if you're top 10, you're doing well. If you're top 50, there's a very, very big difference between the 50th player in the world and like the top 10 in terms of monetary compensation. And there's a significant difference between the top 1, like the best player, the 1, 2, maybe 3, and the 7 through 10. It's day and night. Like the amount of money Novak Djokovic, Nadal, and Federer have made compared to the rest of the top 10 tennis players is astronomical. Yet, they have only won, on average, 55% of the points they've played over their career. Just think about that for a second. Like when I heard this, I remember I was at a USTA tennis camp and they were like, hey, do you know how many points these guys win on average? I'm like, yeah, it must be like 80% of the points in a game, in a match. They're like, no, 55. I was like, sorry, so you're saying they lose 45% of the points they play? I'm like, that is crazy. So when you understand this, you don't have to be perfect. Like you don't have to win everything. You don't have to make sure that everything you put out there is a home run. You can hit singles forever. All you need is 1 home run in your business and you're good. You're set for life. You know, in our worlds, when we're helping our clients with their Facebook ads, I'm telling them, I'm like, listen, like, don't expect 1 ad to be your Noah's Ark. It's not going to carry you to the promised land. 1 ad is like swinging practice before going up to the plate. Write a couple more, right? Write 10 ads. Cool. Out of 10 ads, 1 maybe is going to do well. Don't get upset if that's the case. Welcome to the world of what it takes. I've written probably more than 1,000 ads. And I would say of those 1,000 ads, 70, maybe like, I don't even know if it's 70, maybe 50 have done really, really well. So my batting average is pretty bad. If you think about this, I'm a pretty good copywriter. I'm a pretty good, I can convey a good message, but those 50 ads have dwarfed in terms of ROI, et cetera, what the 950 ads failed at. And that's the difference here is like when you hit the ball, you crush it, right? You know, if you've watched tennis, if you're obsessed with tennis like I am, you watch some of these finals between Djokovic and Nadal or Federer and whoever, they get like 5th set. You know, it's 1 point between winning the championship and losing the championship. It's crazy, right? Like 1 friggin' point. it's 7-6 tiebreak in the fifth, and the person wins it 6 or 7-5 in a tiebreak. Like, like Wimbledon champion, loser, 1 or 2 points. That's the way that's the way it works. So, if we're in business, what I think not a lot, but like some of the people that come to work with us are expecting, and we obviously mitigate this expectation right away, is using tennis as an analogy. Oh, I'm going to win 6-love, 6-love, 6-love. No, you're not. You're going to lose the first couple matches. You're not going to win anything. And then you're going to start winning slowly but surely. But if you don't go through the reality of like, you have to lose some to win some, good luck. Because if you're expecting to win majors before ever playing, you're on a different planet. So when you are putting stuff out there, whether it's a social post on Instagram, a TikTok video, a YouTube video, an email you send out to your list, do not expect that one thing to carry you forever. Would you expect to build one of the world's best blogs, not that I recommend you do, with one blog post? No. Do you expect to grow a massive following on social media with one post? No. Don't expect that to happen in other aspects of your business. Don't expect every single person you speak with to say yes to working with you. It's not going to happen. Like, yes, there are things you can learn to make better to improve your odds. So it's not 1 out of 30, but maybe it's 1 out of 3. But you have to be okay with striking out. You have to look forward to striking out. You have to change the conversation around failure in your life. Failure is a blessing. It's a friggin' miracle. Thank you so much that this didn't work out because now I know how to make things better. And if you're able to take that approach, you never lose. You're either learning or you're winning. But even when you're learning, you're winning. So it's always winning and winning. It's never like losing. I used to have a very tough time with this. When I was early on in business, I used to get really upset if, we didn't hit specific outcomes. And I'm like, why? Like, just learn from it. I don't get upset if stuff doesn't work out the way we want it to in business. Some people might say, well, you just let things go and like, there's no accountability. I'm like, trust me, there's accountability. But when you set quantitative outcomes with very random deadlines, like who's to say you have to make, let's say $10 million by April 1st? So what? What if you do it by April 15th? You're going to be upset? So setting goals and using arbitrary deadlines is okay. But, if you don't hit those, is it the end of the world? For some people it is. And if they want to run their lives in business like that, that's fine. I don't do that. We have very, very ambitious and aggressive goals. We don't usually hit them. Now, does that kill team morale? I don't think so, because we don't put all of our happiness on the outcome. It's the journey. It's like, hey, we fell short. Here's why. What can we learn? How can we get better? But we work obsessively about meeting very big things. And for me, that's just the way I work. That's just the way I've operated, because the alternative is you feel shitty all the time. Oh, this wasn't good enough. I didn't make it happen. We didn't hit our outcome. Who cares, right? There's a tremendous amount of value in not achieving your goals. You learn a tremendous amount from your failures, probably even more so than you do from winning. So when things don't work out, it's like, celebrate it. We had an event recently and it was an amazing event. For our clients, it was amazing, but it was terrible for conversions. It was one of our worst events in terms of enrolling new clients. And, for a moment, I'm like, well, that was a waste of time. And then I was like, hold on, was it? Because this was it fueled hundreds of our clients to a new level, which is amazing. And what did we learn about this? What did we learn from this experience that we don't have to deal with again? All right, cool. So there's this, and there was this other thing, and we've come to a very, very clear decision about, are we going to do this again in the future? And if these parameters aren't in place, we're not going to do this. So having that clarity was immensely valuable. So I want you to consider, when you're approaching anything in your business or anything in life, if things don't work out the way you want them to, welcome to the club, right? Welcome to the real world, where most things you try are not going to work out. Most ads you write are not going to convert well. Most emails you send out are not going to be filling up your bank account and enrolling clients. Like that's not going to happen. But what it does give you, it gives you feedback on how to get better every single time. But if you're afraid of trying to get everything perfect, you're not even going to step up to the plate. And as Wayne Gretzky said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So just get up there, swing, strike out. Who cares? Hit some foul balls, hit some singles. Eventually, the more you swing, the more you're going to hit. It just makes sense, right? If you swing twice, well, you have a lesser likelihood than if you swung 1,000 times. Like Bruce Lee said, I fear not the man who does 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who does one kick 10,000 times. Just keep at it. Keep at it. And understand that even the best of the best of the best in the world are not hitting home runs or even hitting the ball most of the time. Okay? If this resonates with you, drop me a comment below, subscribe to the channel, and remember to pick up a copy of Mind Floss on Amazon. You'll really enjoy it.